Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. Had I had up alone, I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect.
Wagwan people, Lumeni here, back again with episode number 2 of season number 2 here in our Malaga save. Obviously, last episode a lot happened, to be fair. We made a bunch of signings. We started this season off, unfortunately, with a loss. But I think we have got a decent team, and I think we could probably move forward with the team as well. We are playing Modric, so we kind of need that extra speed. As you can see there, we did sell Paulinho. Camacho is hopefully going to agree to go out on loan to Bastia for 1 year, so that will be some valuable playing time for him. Still more training to do, so I'll get back to you in a minute. Right, we are at the game against Granada. Camacho, unfortunately, for some reason, declined his loan, so we will not be seeing him go out on loan. We are going to play the derby of Eastern Andalusia. This is a big one for us. As you can see, the top deals there. Timo Werner going to Inter Milan.
This is the kind of match every football fan looks forward to. A lot on the line and the likelihood of a tension-packed occasion. Stay tuned, we'll have all the action for you live here on EA TV.
Don't see Juan Jesus coming to your games. We're bigger. We attract stars.
Hello everyone.
Here we are.
Forecasters promised us a very pleasant day for football, and that's exactly what we
Unfortunately, a loss in our first game, but in the derby, we're hoping to change our fates around.
Action coming up from the Spanish top division, La Liga. It is Granada versus Malaga.
Well, thanks, Derek, as always. The scene is set, two good teams, a great playing surface, and a vibrant atmosphere. It has all the ingredients for a really
Some big
exciting
signings for this Granada side, though, it has to be said. I believe they had Andika. I think they've signed Benjamin Andre now as well. So they're not going to be an easy team by any stretch of the imagination. But in the derby, you have to step up your levels a bit, boys.
The initial 11 today for the hosts.
Maximiano as well.
A 4-5-1 formation, which is set up to counter-attack at pace. Yes, they'll play with a flat
Decent
midfield
looking
out of
team. There
possession,
is Benjamin
but when they
Andre,
win
their
the
new
ball back,
signing.
they'll break forward really
Suarez out on
quickly.
the left,
Let's hope
Miller.
they play it well today.
Gil Hermes up top, backer on the bench still as well for them. Our team will be this. Blanco in goal, as you know. Romero on Guenes, P and Piscini at the back. Escassi in that technical CDM role with Modric, the more roaming of the two. Gortler and Bosufian as our outside players, with Danilo and Fernandez down the middle for us. Ow, sorry for that noise. I've just accidentally punched the microphone. Oh, we can't go around Ndika there. I was hoping we could. We do win it back though again with the press. What is Danilo doing? Very strange decision from Danilo there. Bosufian's got in. The keeper's out of the net. A huge mistake from the keeper. Our press working once again. The players staying high up the pitch. Bosufian gives us the lead in the derby.
Well, just look at this
The
again.
keeper tries to quickly throw it out. You can see our press is still high. We've still got players up there. The keeper can't get back in net quick enough. Bosufian has an open goal to put it into the back of. He was poor last game, so needs a big performance in the next couple. Leave ourselves sometimes probably a little bit vulnerable, you would say. But if we can get it to work like that more often, you'd have to say we're looking good. Good shot from Fernandez. He does well to work the space, but the keeper does come and claim it. Fernandez again gets a header to it this time, but it's another big save from the keeper. This one going towards Escassi, who can win headers, but it does fly over this time. Chip it over. They have got two men over here, so we've got to watch the overlap. Romero staying with his man well enough so far. Oh, he does get there. that one, I said I'm not going to flame the game too much. I'm not quite sure how he's managed to get that cross off. I thought we had that avenue blocked. If you look at it here, Ongwene or Scassi, they really need to be doing better in that situation. Lewis Miller. If they get the opportunity, the AI, they will take it. Trying to do everything by himself here. Going to find Fernandez. Oh, it's a terrible touch from Fernandez, though. Pacini's going to have to try and whip this one in. It's towards Modric, which is less than ideal. We'll press them here. They do manage to escape it this time, though. Will be 1-1. I think we probably deserve to be at least 2-1 up. Bossufian is injured, so he will have to be coming off here. I'm actually going to give Miranda the play here. And I'm also going to bring on Monzon for Danilo, because Danilo is struggling a bit for fitness out there, which is rather questionable. That's a very, very poor press from us, I've got to be honest. And they're going to chip it through, and it's probably going to end up being a goal. That's a terrible, terrible press from us. I don't know why Escassi and Azpilicueta are pressing from the back. There's no need. Should be Modric in that position. That's literally, we've just given the goal away there. That's a terrible ball from Gortler as well. Oh, now we're just being played around like we're not even here. Ongwene gets a foot in on it, and another one. Luka Modric. He's really not been the player that I was hoping he would be at the beginning of this one. Ruben Blanco comes out to claim that one at least. Pacini will get back out there though. He will. Didn't look for a minute like he was going to get out there, but he does. Fernandez. Miranda now. Got space. He's going to strike one. Oh, what a finish from David Miranda. He hasn't had the greatest shooting for us so far as our future star. But that one is a great finish on the break. Shows that pace that we know he has. Burst straight into the box. I was looking for Monzon, but Monzon didn't show for me. But David Miranda takes it on by himself. The Granada-born boy taking the game by the reins there. Oh, Modric, so poor. Honestly, so poor so far. If you're thinking anyone can make that pass, you're thinking Luka Modric is making that pass. But no. I don't mind if they go back out wide. We're just going to cover the internal area like that. Monzon in behind again. This time but away from Endika. Monzon! Monzon! The young free agent has put us 3-2 up in the late stages of this game. We brought him off the bench because Danilo was tired, and the man who is the free agent might be the one who gives us the win in the derby. I just realised Monzon has got number 9 on as well. We should probably change that, but we'll talk about that in the future. Pablo Monzon giving us the 3-2 lead. Now we just need to try and hold out. Oh, Ishmael will clear it though. Monzon won't win the header though, so it's going to come straight back at us.
Roldan. Guilherme. Oh, it's a goal! A late leveller. Derby drama to square the game. And an atmosphere to match the moment.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything about that. Good strike, to be fair. Good strike, to be fair. Got nothing to say about the strike whatsoever. Azpilicueta Ongwene. Got to do better, if I'm honest. Got to do a lot better. Luka Modric. Not been quite the big time signing I thought I was making so far. David Miranda, late on, coming forward. Oh, it's a poor touch from him. That's always been his weakness for us. Those poor touches that he has in him. And it is going to be a 3-3 draw in the derby. Well, I'll take the point, to be honest. But it is slightly disappointing, I can't lie. It's slightly disappointing. Again, a game where we've had a plethora of shots, 3.9 XG, but not managed to take enough of them. we're going to have our first post-match interview. So let's get into that. An equaliser from your rivals in the last minute. How do you feel about that one? Yeah, you know, it's never nice to concede a late equaliser like that. It's a bittersweet moment for us though, because I feel like the boys played very well throughout the game. We were on for a win, but we really need to keep that concentration towards the last part of the game. It's unfortunate, but I'm not going to be too down on the performance because I think we played well, to be fair. Your first derby as Malaga manager, can you give us a little insight on how it went and how you feel about it? Yeah, you know, in derby games like this, you always want to try and get one over on your rivals, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like I say, it's bittersweet because I feel like we played well enough to deserve the win in the game, but really it all comes down to that concentration in the last few minutes of the game, just to see it out, just to play out the rest of the game to make sure we keep those points. We will take 1 point from the derby, but I think next time we meet Granada, we'll definitely be aiming to try and take all 3. Thanks, guys. Well, unfortunately, we don't walk away with the win, but we do get our first point. Hicham Bosufian, though, we've lost him for 3 months, which is quite big for us because we do have Vitram Gama and Miranda who can replace him. However, it's quite a big player to lose. Again, Munoz, we're going to do the same thing. I want to get at least 5, well, at least 4.8, around 5. We have a transfer offer for Lucas Gortler, but like I said previously, not currently interested in letting Gortler go anywhere, so we will be rejecting that one. 2 more transfer offers coming through. We do have an offer from Guene, but like I said, he's not available for transfer. Ismael Casas, we've been offered 2.7. We're going to start the bidding off at 5 and ask for at least 3.5. We are at the next game though against Sociedad, and it's going to be a game where we don't see Hicham Bosufian playing, which is unfortunate. We will bring Gyro up to the bench instead. So we'll try Muchangama in there. We might need a few changes. Andrea Belotti signing for Real Sociedad. They are making a lot of big signings. You would imagine with the signings that they've made that they should be contending this year. David Miranda on our tifo today. Estadio de la Rosaleda. Don't know what just happened to me. I can usually say that perfectly fine. This is going to be a very tough game. They're currently sat in 5th. Obviously, we're sat further down the table because we've only got 1 point so far. And they have made a lot of big signings, as well as managed to hold on to Mikel Oyarzabal so far, which is another huge feather in their cap. Ruben Blanco still in goal. Romero on Gueneazpi and Casas at the back today. Escassi still in that holding role, with Muchangama coming in that roaming role. The Roman outside players, Miranda and Gortler, with Danilo and Fernandez still up top, both yet to net in the first 2 games. Cresswell, it is Amati, okay. Interesting defence for them. William Jose on the bench as well. Oyarzabal, Belotti, Porto is going to be real difficult to hold. Interested that they have Daniel Amati as their captain. Not quite the defence I'd imagine for a team that have managed to sign Andrea Belotti so far this season. Oyarzabal up against Casas. Not going to be an easy matchup for Casas, but he does win the tackle there. Carlos Fernandez now. Carlos Fernandez just has not been the guy so far, which is quite frustrating. Belotti's going to go out wide here to Oyarzabal because Oyarzabal's got a lot of space to work with, but Casas gets across. Oyarzabal holding it up and does roll inside as well. Casas though staying with him wonderfully. Maybe Casas might be about to earn his way back into the team.
Miranda has it.
Let's slow things down a bit though. Azpilicueta should be able to find this ball across to Romero. Fire this one into the feet of Lucas Gortler. Muchangama. Romero. Oh, that's a little bit of a sus pass. They are crowding me out very well so far. Azpi. That's a good ball. Fernandez just not really taking up a position that I can pass it to him. That's a position I can pass it to him though. And he can finally get his first goal for us against his former team as well. Finally. Didn't actually think this was going to happen, but we do get it.
Well, as you can see, it was a fairly simple finish in the end, but you still have to be in the right place, keep your composure and finish it off, and that's exactly what he did.
Sliced it in from Carlos Fernandez, but finally getting his first goal. It was starting to feel like it wouldn't ever happen. Goes out wide to Gortler. Danilo goes back to Muchangama. Strikes one low and only just palmed around the post from Matt Ryan. Can swing this one in with Gortler. Jerome Onguene gets a very powerful header over Daniel Amati, but palmed over again. Danilo tries to get on the end of this one. Can Onguene win that? He can. It's a bit of a dodgy pass to Lucas Gortler. We'll set him backwards a little bit. Onguene to find Ismael Casas. Fernandez on the edge of the box. Finds David Miranda. That's an interesting touch from Miranda. I think we just won the corner off for Cresswell. We did. Gonna swing this one in towards Escassi. Oh, only just over the bar from Escassi. Gonna swing this one out wide to Ismael Casas. We find Fernandez in space. Oh, it's tipped onto the post from Matty Ryan. Carlos Fernandez almost has a second. Jerome Onguene comes out. We are all over them right now. Lucas Gortler's got so much space. Curls one. It's deflected. David Miranda puts it all the way back across the goal mouth. Got to make up for your mistakes here. Porto now coming forward late on. Belotti does miscontrol it, but gets away with it. It's going to go back to Belotti. And Ismael Casas, who has been so good in the first half, costs us so much going into half time. Andrea Belotti extremely lucky, but Casas's ball meant to go across field puts us under pressure. Azpilicueta doesn't read it very well. We really don't deserve to be 1-1. I've got to be 100%. They are lucky as hell to be 1-1 with us. Carlos Fernandez probably could have had 3 himself. I mean, look at him. He just breaks the line. Carlos Fernandez. Oh, good shot, but Matty Ryan equal to it. Escassi. Can we find Danilo? The defender makes a huge mistake and Danilo snaps onto the end of it. He also has his first goal for the club in this game. Massive mistake. I've got to be honest, the pass from Carlos Fernandez was not a good one. However, the defender, huge blunder there from the defender. You could even say, to be fair, that Danilo's big touch was the reason that the defender made the mistake. But Danilo has his first goal for Malaga and we go 2-1 up in the second half. But Muchangama, for me, might have won his starting place for me. We're going to hit this one with Escassi. Oh my God, Escassi. Stop that. Oh my God. What a strike from Escassi. I thought, why not just pop one and see what happens, and my God did he pop one. He may be 33 or 32, however old he is, but he has still got a strike in him. Top bins as you can get. Alberto Escassi, take a bow. What a strike. Rolling back the years with a strike like that. That's a Nemanja Matic strike if I've ever seen one. Miranda nicks it from Oyarzabal here. Oyarzabal has really struggled in this game so far. They try and find Danilo. Danilo is through. Amati can't keep up with him, and Danilo slams in another one. It's 4-1 to Malaga. Danilo has 2. We are rolling all over Sociedad right now. After they scored, I said if we played anything like we played in the first half, in this half, that we would easily be able to get the lead. Carlos Fernandez, rolling it through to Danilo. Danilo getting his second. We win that one. Azpilicueta to Modric. Modric, that's the kind of passing I want to see from Modric. Monzon now, one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, an extra touch, too much. Monzon's going to get it back again. Trying to go to Danilo there. Oh, Modric almost finding Muchangama. Modric resets. Muchangama. Modric. Got the space. Can he do it? Yes, Luka Modric gets the 5th and gets his first goal for the club. After I was criticising him so much, I know they're high pressing and it's against tired legs, but it's a huge goal for Luka Modric for us. Absolutely massive. We get the 5th. We are 5-1 up against Sociedad. And it looks like, well, it's guaranteed that we're taking all 3 points. Since they were pressing so high. Monzon almost wins it off of Marty, but it won't matter because we take our first 3 points. And we are going to have our second post-match press conference. Not of just the series, but of the episode. Because it's our first win. How can you not? Massive, massive game for us. Getting your first 3 points in your first 3 games. That is definitely what you want when you're going to be a team that's fighting towards the bottom of the table. Post-match. An absolutely huge win for you. 5-1 against Sociedad. Can you tell us where this came from in your team and were you expecting this? Yeah, you know what? We trained very hard following our draw with Granada. We thought that this was going to be a very, very tough game for us. Sociedad had a game plan, but I think ours played into it perfectly. We managed to exploit those spaces, playing in around them, and yeah, to be fair, I have to say, like, a huge performance from the boys. I did not expect a scoreline quite like 5-1, but when you get them, you got to take them, you know what I mean? Your new strike force really showed out in this game, as well as a goal from Luka Modric. Can you talk about their impact so far? Yeah, you know, it's nice to see the new signings getting comfortable with life in Malaga, getting themselves some goals as well. Carlos Fernandez, obviously a big signing for us. It's nice to see him and Danilo linking up, but Danilo really, really shone through and showed the quality that he really has and what he can bring to this team going forward. Yeah, a result like this is absolutely huge for us, and we hope that it can be a springboard for us to really start climbing and getting some points so that we can really stave off relegation this season. Yeah, that's going to be all the questions. Thanks, guys. Massive game for us there. Casas, 3.8 million. I don't know now. I kind of want to keep him off the back of that performance. Do you know what? I am going to keep him off the back of that performance. We've got another Munoz transfer offer. We're going to go in and negotiate. I think we can get 4.8. They're not happy with 4.6. I'd like to keep Ismael Casas, but again, he is unhappy, so I don't know. I don't know whether we'll be able to keep him. I think I'm going to go in for Unai Lopez. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer them Munoz in exchange, along with 10 million. I want 18 million alongside Munoz. I definitely can't give you 18. And then let's offer them a sell-on clause of 15%. I want 18. I can't afford that. I just can't afford that. Could bring in Hector Herrera still. That's still an option. Do we go in for Maffeo now? We're going to offer them 8 million straight up. See what they say. And no, so he's a lot more than that. So we wouldn't have been able to afford him anyway. I don't know. I think we're going to fast forward a bit through deadline day and see if we get any sales to boost our money a little bit. If not, we may be... Cristo Romero is not a player that I'm interested in selling for a little bit. Onguene, again, not a player I'm interested in selling. Got another offer. Miranda. That's going to have to be another no. I'm not willing to sell those players. Right, so we got to make a decision here now. I think my backup plan is going to be Hector Herrera. Munoz plus 8 million. Let's see what they say. They're not interested at all. Okay. I mean, it was a low ball offer. Would you loan him? No. But at the same time, do I want to just immediately throw Modric away? I want 18 million straight up, but don't want Munoz. I'm not interested in Modric still. Right, so that's not going to happen. Do we just go and pick up Herrera for now then, and use him as a rotational player? We'll try Fernandez and see if they'll take the Luis Munoz. Let's try a little bit less. Luis Munoz plus 8. They're happy with that. That makes me a little bit suspicious. Whenever I do this and I don't know the valuation of the player and they immediately agree, I always go, shit, what have I done? With a 40 sign on, they're happy with that. So that's probably a massive pay rise for him. We could have made a massive mistake here. I don't think we have. Oh, we haven't made a good choice. So we do bring in Fernandez. He will be our rotational player. Right, let's quickly go through the transfers. Vollen coming in at Athletic Club with a couple sales. Nubel, Maladas, Guedes and Sola all coming in at Atletico. Saul, Vishalko and Hermoso going out. As you can see, Thomas Partey has signed for Real Madrid. Duncan, Sema, Villa and whoever that is coming in at Osasuna. Alvaro, Omar and De Shiglia at Leganés. Gross, Xhaka, Aswi and Owusu at Deportivo. Miller, Florenzi, Sterling and Lagos at Barca. Couple signings there. Ndika, Andre and Alcacer with the signings that Granada had made. So actually a fair few. Danilo, Cheryshev and Suarez at Levante. As you can see, a lot of signings for us. We kind of almost even things out, so it's not terrible. Morgan Welbeck, Antonin. Oh, we're going to be playing Antonin. Wow. A lot of sales for Celta Vigo. We're also making a fair few signings. A lot of the players that we had down as free agents have signed for teams in our league, which is quite interesting. Only 2 signings for Real Madrid, which is definitely interesting. A whole... Look at the amount of money there. 184 million spent with 188 million sold. Jesus. Sevilla as well. 129 million spent with 156 sold. Christ almighty. Same with Valencia. The money on some of these teams is absolutely ridiculous. I've just realised I've basically been out of shot this whole time as well. But there you go. Transfer window done. We're just going to completely ignore that. We'll have a quick flick through here. No one at 55 yet, so no one ready to be called up. But that will be the end of this episode. We do get our first win in the league as well as our first draw. So we are on 4 points in the table now, as you can see. Next episode, we will have a pretty big episode and pretty big games against the likes of Barcelona. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you can get notified about when the next episode is up. And I hope to see you in it. Peace.